Hello, hi, Sairam here. So I've just announced about my upcoming 6-month DSA coaching program. It will be a group coaching program. So this program is starting on 20th April. There will be two separate batches, one for English and other for Tamil. Totally, there will be 12 seats available and it is priced at 16,500. So I want to explain in this video and take you through, give you a full overview about what is included in the course, what will happen from the beginning to the end. So you'll have the clarity of what this is about and whether it will suit you or not. So, if you are a software developer in the industry, most of the top tech jobs and even many of the mid-range tech jobs where you are if you are a developer, DSA round is an essential round. It is there in all of the interviews, and this particular round is slightly different, and the preparation is slightly different in the sense that you can't just study few things, read few articles and then maybe see an example problem and you're ready. It doesn't go this way. There's a lot of, you have to learn theory, you have to practice it out, you have to know how to apply it, you have to work on your problem solving skills, and there are multiple things that you need to do in order to be solid in this. So that's why some people struggle with this process. I don't say it's kind of like struggle, but it is difficult process. So it is not a straightforward process. What I would call it is as an iterative process. You practice you know your theory, and then when you practice there will be certain things and then you need to visit back and things like that. We'll get into it later, but yeah, so I want to focus on getting get past the core of the preparation phase and get solid foundation for you upon which you could build and work on getting into the higher paying companies. So for you to need to enter this course, there are certain prerequisites. The basic prerequisite is for you to be able to have a decent enough code comprehension, at least for the basic problems. So if you fall under if you satisfy any one of these three criteria, you're probably good enough and you could come to this program. So if lead code easy problems are fairly doable for you, or you are already confident about your logic to code conversion skill, and you will be able to read code and understand it and do walkthroughs, or you have these two things would have come to you if you had some development experience in the company that you work for, at least 6 months or 1 year, or an internship where you worked. So if any one of these criteria is satisfied, then you will be able to work or come into this program. Why is this important? Because you can understand DSA material only if you are able to deal with code and logic to code and everything. Without that, handling DSA material will be difficult. The skill is not very difficult to acquire. You could do that and then come here also, but this will be the prerequisite for this course. So this DSA interview is not a test for our inherent problem solving skill. So by that, what I mean is, so most of us are engineers. We finished our high school. We finished our engineering degree. We have inherent problem solving skill. But if we show up in an interview with just that, it will not be enough. So no, the interview is set in, or the problems covered in the interview is set up in a way that it's not easy for people to come up with the solution if they see the problem for the first time in within 45 minutes to 1 hour. That is how the interview is. So it's there are like a lot of problems which nobody can come up with a solution in just the moment. So it's efforts of people who have brainstormed and solved and everything. So the bar is set there. It's not an easy bar where just our inherent problem solving skill is going to help us. So this DSA round is a test of, knowing these set of problems, knowing these concepts, having worked on it enough, and gaining the ability to, apply this when you see a new problem. So this requires us to put an effort in knowing and having experience on these particular set of problems, and it is not about our inherent problem solving skill. So that is what we are going to work on. And the prerequisite is, I would say, the first phase. After that, this is the core phase, which I call it the learn, block, relearn phase, and then there will be a connect the dots, optimize, and polish phase. That we could date later, but this is the core phase where the goal is not for us to meet the benchmark of this interview. The benchmark of the interview might be solving 2 medium problems in a 1 hour interview, giving the most efficient code and everything. That will be the benchmark. But in this phase, anybody who hasn't started, learning DSA, it is actually realistically impossible for us to do that. So we are not going to aim for that at all now, but we are going to set the foundation straight. So the foundation will be getting core understanding of the DSA, getting a lot of hands-on experience, and resolving all the other issues that comes in between, right? So anything that you get in during the code, or anything that you don't understand in the concept or theory part, we are going to figure that out, and we are going to figure out our process of how to study and set the core fundamentals that is required for us to crack this interview. So the goal is to set the fundamentals and set the foundations, and not immediately to meet the interview criteria. That will eventually happen when we have a strong base. Okay, so this is the idea of the idea of the program. I'll take you through what's the resources and how will this go. So I will not be teaching per se. I'll not go on a call and then say, okay, let's discuss about stacks today. This. I will not be doing that in this program. So what we have is, we have a reference resource that will be our guiding resource. So I have a DSA Notion guide. There are a lot to be talked about this resource, but for now, for this context, I have a view called the roadmap view. So wherein I have sequenced the DSA topics, which are grouped into problem patterns in a way that you can just start from, there are 6 modules, and then each module has 4 segments. You could just start from module 1, segment 1, and you could go through it linearly. This is very important because the whole, DSA landscape, it has a lot of interdependencies, and it has a lot of prerequisites, and then if you take a single topic, you can't finish it completely, because there might be a dependent topic before, or for the other problems that you need to crack, you have to know data structure and then come back and revisit. So there are a lot of back and forth that happens, but I've serialized it as much as possible so that all these revisits and everything is embedded in this roadmap, so that it will save us a lot of time. So we are going to just keep this roadmap as our guiding direction for this course and reference for this course. Most of it will have either a Geeks or Geeks article link or a LeetCode problem link. So we'll just go through this roadmap, and you're expected to use this as your base material for study. Okay, so this will be the resource, and the program will start on 20th of April. On the first day, I will be conducting a webinar. So this webinar is about how to prepare for the DSA interviews. I'll say what is the knowledge part, what you need to get the knowledge part, and what is the skill part, and what you should be doing to enhance the skill part that is required. I'll also give you a lot of process insights. I think I shared about the iterative process. I'll talk about that. I'll say the common pitfalls that people make, how to overcome that, how to not do that, and so many other things. It's a 1 hour to 1.5 hour thing. We'll get into that. At the end of it, you will have a proper full 360-degree view of what to expect in this process, how to be prepared, and you'll know what to do. So that will happen in the first, and after that the program is on, you'll be into it. And this is not exactly a course. There is no deadlines, there is no that you have to finish this module in this timeline, nothing of that sort. You can start in your own timeline at your own speed. You can dial it up, dial it down. I could also help you do that based on where you are and what you're finding difficulty with. So it's absolutely up to you. You do it in your own timeline. This will also be helpful because not everybody who's signing up in the course will start from the same mark. Some people would have learned certain things in college or in the work. Probably module 1 and 2 will already be very easy for them. Some people might need it slower. Some people may not have enough time left after the job to study. So there are a lot of factors which will be different for each of us. You optimize for your scenario, and then you work on it, and help each other out in case you know a topic already, and we just go with your timeline and then we help each other out. So no deadlines. And okay, so and then what you will have as support is three things. One will be a chat group. The second is I'll record and send guidelines on how to use the roadmap or how to go about each topic, and then there will be weekend calls. So I'll come to the guideline first. So it's like I said, it's not a course. I'm not going to teach each data structure and each problem pattern or each walkthrough of problems. I'm not going to do that. Instead, we have the roadmap resource. It has modules and segments. So for each of the segment, I'll give you a guideline of how to go about it, how to study it, what is the important part, what is the expected outcome out of it, how to break that down and see, and then for example, let's say the topic has recursion. So if for recursion, first you need to know how function called stacks generally work and what will happen in case of recursion. Are you able to understand base cases in recursion? And the most important thing about recursion is the ability to do pen and paper walkthrough for recursion from starting to end. That will be the most important thing for you to actually completely visualize and understand recursion, as well as you write a code and you want to debug it. This is going to help you. So the practice of doing a pen and paper walkthrough of recursion will be very important. So this is how I'll structure and tell you, okay, this is the important thing in this topic, this is how you go about it. So I'll do this for all the segments and you go do the study. There I might also I'm also planning to make certain assessment quizzes which will be aligned with these outcomes. You could do this at your own timeline whenever you finish each of the topics. So this will be the guidelines material that I will be giving you. It might be an audio or video depending on the context and my comfort. Second thing is you will have a group. So it will be in Slack. Like I said, there are two batches. One is an English batch and it's a Tamil batch. There will be a separate chat group for English and separate chat group for Tamil, and also the weekend calls that I'll talk about in a minute. That will also be separate for English and separate for Tamil, so that you are able to communicate in the language of comfort. And the group chat will have different chat rooms. I'm planning there will be a general chat room where you could post anything, and I'm planning certain specific chat rooms, like one for debug, maybe one for walkthrough, one for time complexity. You encounter, you practice, you read a theory, you have a material, you are blogged on something, you just post there. If the group knows, the group can brainstorm and they can figure it out. Otherwise also I'll be there and I could nudge you to see it in the right direction. But any sort of help, any sort of blockage that you have, any sort of difficulty you face, you post it in the group. I'll be available, I'll be reading all the messages, I'll be responding to it. If not immediately, I might make a video or a visualization resource that you might need, and I'll share it. Or if I want to take it over the weekend call, I'll say that. But you could post anything, anytime, any help you need there. Either the group will be there or I'll be sure there to read the messages and support you through this process. And the next thing is the weekend calls. So weekend calls, every month you will have 3 calls, and all these calls will be scheduled on Sundays. So the exact timing and dates I'll announce later once you sign up for the program. But know that there will be 3 calls every month, so totally for 6 months there will be 18 calls, and you will not get more than 2 back-to-back calls. This is a very long term, like 6 months, right? So we can't have calls on every week, both for you and for me to do it sustainably. We might need breaks, so you will not find more than 2 back-to-back calls. So it might be like 2 calls on a week, a break, and then 2 calls on next 2 weeks, or sometimes it might be a 1 call break, 1 call break, 1 call. So I'll let you know the schedules, but totally what you're getting is 3 calls every month, and 18 calls put together for 6 months. This is what you will get. And what will happen inside this weekend calls is I'll start, and we have like 12 seats there, so mostly I'll be able to spend individual attention on everybody. So I'll ask for updates. What did you do? What did you prepare? What did you study? What did you practice? How did it go? Did you face any difficulties? What was the challenging part? Everything, I'll get the updates. If we were to discuss any technical aspects, we could do that. If I were to point you to, okay, go back and see this, that is the needed, or anything, any insightful thing that I'm able to provide, I'll give you that. And we could discuss the plans. How is it going? Is it too much, too little? Do we want to shift around? Is the pace right? Everything, and any other doubts, so I'll help you with both the technical parts, tracking where you are, and how to go about the process part, everything. So we could discuss it. If something is left on the chat that was marked for discussion later in the call, I'll do that. So this is how it will go. So you have the group, you have the weekend calls, we have the material, you do the study, you reach out to me or the group. We'll handle each and every blockage, and then we'll go back to learning. So this is how the 6 months will go. So along with it, I'm also giving you 4 mock interview packages, which will be a one-on-one mock interview. So you could use these 4 calls from the anywhere in the 6 months. And I'm also extending it for 1 more month. So the program will start on April 20th and end on October 26th. So you could use these 4 mock interview calls till November end. Why this is important? Because lead coding is not same as mock interviews, or lead coding is not same as interviewing, I should say. I have last year most of my work was actually doing mock interviews. I've observed a lot of things, and there's a very significant difference between and there are a lot of gaps between lead coding and interviewing. Articulating what you think, your thought process, or how you debug, are you actually deeply understanding something, or is it coming from quick pattern sort of thing? When you are asked to tweak certain things, how are you doing that? And there are certain behaviors or patterns that gets habituated when you do lead code for a long time, which is hindering the process when you are actually talking to a person and showcasing your problem solving and skill and thought process at an interview. So that might need some polishing and working on. So that will happen on the 4 mock interviews that I'm providing. So yeah, this is it. This is all you have in the whole process in the program. So after this program, so you'll guaranteed to you are guaranteed to know majority of the DSA topics well, and you will have a strong core understanding of most of the topics. You would have worked on your coding skills really well, and you would see improvement in your coding skills, and you will be aware, or you will have the ability to know and handle this iterative process, what it is. And you'll, even if you don't finish all the segments and all the modules during the duration of the code, you will understand this process and you will feel confident to go about the remaining topics, leftover topics, and you will be equipped to handle more complex DSAs, more complex patterns and everything by yourself. So this is what I'm guaranteeing for your as outcomes from this program after the 6 months. So I'll leave the link in comments, or you could find it in my socials. It will be there on the top right corner in my Topmate page. If you follow me in Instagram, it will be there in the link in bio. In most of my posts, I'll leave this in the comment, the page where you could go and book the call. Otherwise, you could always reach out to me in any of the DMs if you're interested. I'll let you know. If you need more clarity on this, if you go to the sign up page, there will be a link to something called Clarity Call. So you could book that call. It's a free call, and you could see if this program is the right fit for you, and we could discuss that, and then you could make a decision. Hope it will be useful for you. I'm hoping to see you all in that. So it starts on 20th of April. There are 12 seats. There are 2 separate batches, one for Tamil and one for English. The price is 16,500. See you.